All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome into Jammin' Sports on this Sunday, where we have another NFL triple header for you tonight, where it's an all-NFC triple header. As first up, we'll have the Carolina Panthers and the Chicago Bears. That'll be followed by the Los Angeles Rams at the Green Bay Packers. And we'll wrap things up later this evening with the New Orleans Saints and the Minnesota Vikings. All right, let's go over game number one. Carolina is 1-9. They've been eliminated from the playoffs already. They're just playing out the schedule. But for Chicago, they are 6-4 coming into this week. Just one game behind the Green Bay Packers in the NFC Central. And of course, Green Bay will play the next game against the Rams after this. So Chicago can gain ground on the Packers. In fact, if Chicago wins and the Packers lose, they'd be tied for first in the NFC Central. So it's a tight race there for first and second. Tampa Bay a half game behind Chicago at 6-4. As we look at the standings here, Evil Daddy is now 102-65. Evil Daddy is taking the Bears in this one. Viking Skywalker is 37-29. He's taking the Panthers in this one. He's going for the upset, going out on a limb there, since the Panthers really have nothing to lose, as they've already been eliminated from postseason play. If you're watching on YouTube, please follow, like, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. All right, let's head out to Soldier Field, Chicago, Illinois for this one. It'll be the Panthers and the Bears here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome into Soldier Field, Chicago, Illinois. It's the Panthers and the Bears. And welcome into another NFL matchup here at Jammin' Sports. The Panthers at 1-9, the Bears at 6-4. The Bears chasing Green Bay in the NFC Central, just one game back. A sunny but cool afternoon in Chicago. The Bears will get the ball first. We're underway. Kickoff goes about 8 yards deep. Mitchell will down it. Gabe Mitchell, the rookie out of Stanford. It'll be a touchback, and the Bears will have it at the 25-yard line. Starting quarterback for Chicago, Jason Plunkett, in his 12th year out of Army. Played 6 years for the Chiefs, now in his 6th year with the Bears. Here on the shores of Lake Michigan, downtown Chicago, right on the waterfront, Soldier Field. Bears come out first and 10 from the 25. Plunkett under center. Plunkett hands off to McNeil, and Leon McNeil over the 30. And McNeil driving forward out to the 33-yard line. A gain of 8. Leon McNeil, the 7th year back out of Missouri. And that'll bring up 2nd and 2. Tackle made by number 96 for the Panthers. That's Martin Gates in his 3rd year out of California, Berkeley, the defensive tackle. Just underway, live from Chicago. The first of 3 today. On 2nd and 2 from the 33-yard line, Plunkett under center. Plunkett hands off to McNeil, picks up the first down. Out to the 36, a 3-yard gain. And that'll be a first down for the Bears. Misty's here. Say hi, Misty. She's over there eating a sandwich. Chicken salad, she says. First and 10, Chicago. At their own 36. Bears come out in the I formation. Plunkett under center. Plunkett hands off to McNeil again. 3rd straight running play by McNeil. Gets out to about the 39, a gain of 3. Here's the Chicago offense. Up front, Honeycutt, Brown, Vincent, Sherman, and O'Neal. And then it's Seacrest, Sparks, McNeil, Barber, and Montgomery. A gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Bears at their own 39-yard line. Opening drive of the game. 3 straight running plays to McNeil. Bears come out 4 wide. Plunkett in the shotgun on 2nd and 7. Plunkett to McNeil up the middle, and McNeil out to the 45, 4 straight running plays. And that'll be a gain of 6. Dwayne Smith on the tackle, the 10th year defensive back out of Clemson. It'll be 3rd and 1 for the Bears. Chicago at their own 45-yard line. In the offset I on 3rd down. Plunkett to McNeil, and McNeil's not going to get there. The Panthers get the stop. Number 93, Damian Griffey, in his 5th year out of Penn State, on the tackle, the defensive tackle there. A loss of a yard, be 4th and 2 for Chicago. So the Bears' opening drive stalls out. And Chicago will have to punt. Andrew York will come on. 7th year punter out of Richmond. On 4th and 2. York gets the punt away. And that's going to drift inside the 5 and into the end zone. Touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers at the 20-yard line. Led by their starting quarterback, Luke George, the rookie out of California, Berkeley. We're live from Soldier Field, Chicago, Illinois, Week 12, here at Jammin' Sports. So the Bears had to punt on their opening drive. This will be Carolina's opening drive. .538 left to play. Here in the first quarter, no score. Carolina comes out. George in the shotgun, 1st and 10. George drops back, throws near side, and he overthrows his receiver. Incomplete. Let's take a look at the Carolina offense. They play up front: Benjamin, Crawford, Alford, Beasley, and Polk. And then it's Quick, Sanders, Holt, Moore, and Franklin. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Carolina from the 20-yard line. 5:35 left to play here in the first quarter. On 2nd and 10, George under center. George drops back, throws outside, caught by Lee down the sideline. A gain of 5. That's Philip Lee, the tight end. The rookie out of Southern Miss. Here's the Bears defense. They play a 3-4. Hardin, Burchett, and Bourne up front. Linebackers: Stewart, Cheever, Blecker, and Walters. And the secondary: Hopkins, Harrelson, Fensick, and Walters. They have a couple of Walters on defense. That'll bring up 3rd and 5 for Carolina at their own 25-yard line. 5:31 left here in the first quarter. Panthers opening possession. George in the shotgun. George looking. George throws. Caught by Quick down to the 44-yard line. A gain of 19 yards. John Quick, the rookie out of Georgia. And that'll be a first down for Carolina out to their own 44-yard line. Antonio Cheever, the linebacker, on the tackle in his 3rd year out of Rice. Coming up on 5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Panthers on the move, no score. George under center on 1st and 10. Lee in motion. George, play action, rolls out, throws to Lee in the flat, turns upfield, across midfield to the 47-yard line. A gain of 8. And that'll be 2nd and 2 as the Panthers get into Chicago territory. 4.5 minutes left to play. We're in the first quarter, no score. On 2nd and 2 from the 47-yard line. 4 receivers wide. George under center. Moore in motion. George to Holt, and Holt goes nowhere. In fact, he's going to lose a yard. Darryl Holt, the running back, tackled by Corey Walters, the 12th-year linebacker out of Tulsa. Holt, the 10th-year running back out of Maryland. Excuse me. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2 for the Panthers at the Chicago 48-yard line. On 3rd down, in the offset eye, George under center. George to Holt, and Holt picks up the first down. He escapes, gets through the line, all the way down to the 30-yard line. A gain of 18 yards for Darryl Holt. And that'll be a Carolina first down. Panthers putting together a nice opening drive. Remember now, Carolina's 1-9. They've been eliminated from the playoffs. Nothing to lose, and sometimes that can be a dangerous team to play. A team that has nothing to lose. First and 10 from the Bear 30. 3:27 and counting. We're in the first. 4 wide, 3 to the far side. George in the shotgun. George hands off to Darryl Holt. And Holt, another big chunk of yardage. 7 yards down to the 23. Tackle made by number 55, Terry Stewart, the 6th-year linebacker out of UNLV. It'll be 2nd and 3 for the Panthers. Coming up on 3 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. On 2nd down, 3 to the near side. George in the shotgun. George fakes the handoff, throws outside to Cunningham. And John Cunningham to the 22. A gain of just a yard before being thrown to the turf by David Harrelson, the 11th year safety out of Oregon State. And that'll bring up 3rd and 3 for the Panthers at the Chicago 22-yard line. Evil Dead took the Bears and Viking Skywalker took the Panthers in this one. Two and a half minutes left here in the first quarter. Panthers opening possession after the Bears had to punt. On 3rd and 3, George in the shotgun. George looking. George throws, caught by Franklin. And JT Franklin inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line, a gain of 15. The 5th-year receiver out of SMU, JT Franklin, the former Raider. And that'll be a first down, Carolina. Chicago 1 game behind Green Bay in the NFC Central in the standings. First and goal, Carolina at the Chicago 7. Under 2 minutes left in the first. George under center, 4 receivers set wide. George to Sanders, and Sanders tries to get outside. He's going to lose a yard as Terry Stewart, the linebacker, makes the tackle. Courtney Sanders, the 4th-year back out of Tennessee, on the carry. It's going to be a loss of a yard. What? Are you going good night? At 5'11", you're going to go good night? Second and goal from the 8-yard line. I can't hear you. In the offset eye. George hands off to Dixon. Dixon getting outside. Back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. Darrell Dixon, the 2nd-year back out of Stanford, coming up to make the tackle. Antonio Cheever, the 3rd-year linebacker out of Rice. Coming up on 1 minute left in the quarter. 3rd and goal for the Panthers at the Chicago 8-yard line. 4 wide. George drops back. George looking, throws back to the end zone, but his receiver was out of bounds. John Patterson, the tight end, the rookie out of Grambling, couldn't get both feet in. It'll be 4th down. With 51 seconds left in the quarter, Carolina will try a 25-yard field goal attempt by Chris Jackson. Now Carolina wants to challenge the catch. John Patterson in the back of the end zone. Did he get both feet in? I don't think so. Okay, that foot's out of bounds already right there. That should stay a no catch. And it looks like it will remain so. Ruling on the field stands, incomplete. Chris Jackson, the rookie out of Tennessee, will come on. This will be a 25-yard field goal attempt. As we're coming off the timeout here. Now we're ready to play. From 25 yards. Snap, kick is up, and it's good. Panthers lead it 3-0. 48 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. Live from Soldier Field, Chicago, Illinois. Week 12 here at Jammin' Sports. We have the Rams and the Packers after this, and the Saints and the Vikings after that. A triple header here tonight. Chris Jackson knocking home the field goal. He was acquired by the Panthers after the Cowboy game when Hudson Bronner missed 4 extra points in that game. Here's the kick. About 3 yards deep. Mitchell brings it out over the 15, 20, 25, And Mitchell still on his feet. Gabe Mitchell, the rookie out of Stanford, out to the 27-yard line. And that's where Chicago will have it, 1st and 10. Jason Plunkett comes back out to lead the offense. He has yet to throw a pass. It was all runs for the Bears on their opening drive. 43 seconds left here in quarter number 1. Bears come out 3 to the far side. Plunkett in the shotgun. Plunkett hands off to McNeil, and Leon McNeil to the 28, again of a yard. Let's take a look at the Carolina defense. They play a 4-3. Griffey, Gates, Norton, and Andrews up front. Linebackers, Elliott, Snow, and Gates. And the secondary, Smith, Snow, O'Neal, and McCleskey. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Bears at their own 28. 22 seconds left. This might be the last play of the quarter. Plunkett in the shotgun on 2nd and 9. Plunkett back. Plunkett throws, and it's knocked down, incomplete. That was broken up by Russ Snow, the third-year safety out of Iowa. That'll bring up 3rd and 9 for the Bears, and that'll stop the clock with 12 seconds left here in the first quarter. So we should have time for one more play unless they start the clock running. On 3rd and 9, Chicago at their own 28. Plunkett in the shotgun. Plunkett looking. Plunkett rolls out the other way. It's in trouble. He squares up and fires and nearly picked off. Once again, number 29, Russ Snow, is right there. That'll stop the clock with 5 seconds left in the quarter. Be 4th and 9. And the Bears are going to have to punt again. They punted on their opening drive, and they're punting on their second drive here. See if they start the clock. Back to punt is Andrew York. Gets the punt away. And that'll be fielded at the 20 by Cunningham, who brings it out to the 26. At the end of 1, Panthers up 3-0 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to Soldier Field, Chicago, Illinois. We go to the second quarter. The Panthers lead the Bears 3-0. The Panthers at 1 and 9. Chicago at 6 and 4 with everything to play for. Panthers come out. 1st and 10 from their own 26. Everybody in tight. George under center. George to Dixon, and Dixon tumbles down at the 29. Darrell Dixon, a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Tackle made by David Harrelson, the 11th year safety out of Oregon State. 2nd and 7 for the Panthers at their own 29. 4 wide to the far side. George under center. Moore in motion. George to Holt, and Darrell Holt picks up 2 to the 31-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Antonio Cheever on the tackle, the former Dolphin. Cheever spent 2 years with Miami, now in his first year with the Bears. 3rd and 5 from the 31. Panthers come out, everybody in tight. George in the shotgun. George looking. George throws, caught by Patterson, the tight end, down the sideline, and he's out of bounds at the Chicago 43-yard line. A gain of 26 yards for John Patterson, the rookie tight end out of Grambling State. Gary Fensick on the tackle in his 13th year out of Cal Berkeley, the safety. First down, Carolina. This would be a stunning upset if the Panthers were to win this game. 6:55 and counting. George under center.
Here we go now. Green 39.
George to Dixon. And Dixon makes his way to the 42-yard line. A gain of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. Tackle made by Tyler Bourne, the second-year defensive end out of Ohio State. It'll be 2nd and 9 from the 42-yard line. George in the shotgun, 2 backs in the backfield. Hands off to Holt, and Holt's going to get taken down for a 2-yard loss back to the 44-yard line by Corey Walters, the linebacker. It'll be 3rd and 11. Panthers lead it 3-0. We're in the second quarter. The first of 3 here today. It'll be 3rd and 11 from the 44-yard line. Leave that. Milk. George throws deep down the sideline and nearly picked off. Gary Fensick tipped it. It'll be 4th down. The intended receiver was John Quick, the rookie out of Georgia. This would be a 61-yard field goal if they want to try it. I would recommend it. The ball was a little bit underthrown. Fensick nearly picked it up. 4th and 11 from the Chicago 44. It looks like the Panthers, they're going to try a 61-yard field goal. They've got nothing to lose. Chris Jackson from 61. The kick is up. And he nailed it from 61 yards. Chris Jackson. Forget me saying I wouldn't recommend it. He nails it. And that had room to spare. That would have been good from 65. The rookie out of Tennessee. And the Panthers go up 6-0. 5:40 left to play here in the first quarter. A surprising score so far when you look at the records of these two teams. Soldier Field, Chicago, Illinois, Week 12 here at Jammin' Sports. And now Jackson will kick off. This will be fielded at the 4-yard line by Mitchell. Over the 20, 25, and Mitchell out to the 33-yard line. Gabe Mitchell. It'll be 1st and 10, Bears at their own 33. 5:35 left here in the first half. Let's see if the Bears can get on the board before halftime. Carolina does get the second half kickoff. Rams at Green Bay up next. And then New Orleans at Minnesota after that. We'll stay in the Midwest here this evening. Getting dark outside already here in the Nashville area. The daylight saving time ended last night. 1st and 10, 3 to the far side. Plunkett in the shotgun, back to throw. Throws deep, caught by Barber. A flag is down as Barber gets out to about the 45, but this may come back. Mike Barber, the tight end. Holding on Chicago. Jaylen Brown, the left guard, negates a nice catch.
Still first down.
10-yard penalty. That'll back up the Bears to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st and 20. Penalties will kill you every time. On 1st and 20, 4 wide. Plunkett in the gun.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Plunkett hands off to McNeil, and McNeil gets leveled at the 21-yard line. A loss of 2 yards. Tackle made by Wade Sullivan, the fifth-year linebacker out of Michigan. A loss of 2 more. It's going to be 2nd and 22 for the Bears. Chicago going backwards on this drive. The Panthers are looking like the 6-4 team, not Chicago. Coming up on 5 minutes left here in the first half. Panthers up 6-0. 2nd and 22 for the Bears. 4 wide. Plunkett in the shotgun.
Here we go now.
Plunkett fakes the handoff, throws, and it's knocked down by Sullivan, the linebacker. The intended receiver was Adam Montgomery, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 22 for the Bears at their own 21. Jimmy Jam here with you, and Misty. How you doing, Misty? Say hi to all the fans. There you go. What team are you rooting for? The blue team. They're winning. 3rd and 22 for the Bears, 4 wide. Plunkett in the shotgun.
Here we go now. Green 39.
Plunkett draws back, looks downfield. Plunkett steps up, and he's going to get sacked back at the 18-yard line. Sack made by number 95, Elijah Andrews, the second-year defensive end out of Arizona State. And that's going to bring up 4th and 24. That was a horrendous series by the Bears. I don't know what's up with Chicago here today. They're not playing well so far here in the first half. 4th and 24, back at the 18. Andrew York will come on to punt. The Panthers should get pretty good field position out of this. York gets the punt away. Nice punt from about the 23. John Cunningham brings it back. And Cunningham out to the 40-yard line. And they're booing in Chicago, and I don't blame them. 4:18 left to play here in the half as the Panthers offense comes back out, up 6-0. The Bears defense keeping them in the game. They've only allowed 2 field goals. But at some point, their offense needs to do something. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. They'll start from their own 40-yard line. 4:18 left in the half. In the offset eye, George under center. Weathers in motion. George to Holt. And Darryl Holt around the outside. Out to the 45-yard line. A gain of 5. That'll bring up 2nd and 5. Isaac Hopkins on the tackle, the 5th-year defensive back out of Texas. 4 minutes and counting here in the first half. Chicago only has 16 yards of total offense. That's not good. On 2nd and 5, 4 wide, George to Holt around the outside. And Darryl Holt picks up 2 out to the 47. And that'll bring up 3rd and 3. David Harrelson on the tackle. 3:36 left. Gary Fensick came up, made the tackle. No, he didn't. They're just showing him getting blocked. 3.5 minutes left in the first half. 3rd and 3 for Carolina at their own 47. George in the shotgun with 2 backs in the backfield. George hands off to Holt. It's a fumble, and George manages to fall on it. David Harrelson came in on the safety blitz. Nails Holt, knocking the football loose. But trailing the play was Luke George, and he falls on the loose football. It'll be Carolina ball. However, it's going to be 4th down. They lose 2 yards. It'll be 4th and 5, and the Panthers will punt. As we're coming up on 3 minutes left in the half. Chicago's going to have one more opportunity to score before halftime. Derek White gets the punt away. From the 12, Montgomery breaks a tackle. Across the 20, and Adam Montgomery brings it out to the 26-yard line. The 3rd-year receiver out of San Diego State. Jason Plunkett will come back out. Those stats are wrong, obviously. .249 left in the half. The Bears have all 3 of their timeouts and the 2-minute warning coming up. The Bears can still take the lead with a touchdown. Bears come out. 4 wide. Plunkett under center. Barber in motion. The handoff to McNeil up the gut. And Leon McNeil, 6 yards out to the 32-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and 4. Dwayne Smith on the tackle, the defensive back. We'll probably have one more play before the 2-minute warning. 3 wide to the near side. Plunkett in the shotgun, 2nd and 4.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Plunkett draws back, sets up a screen pass to McNeil. He's got blockers down the sideline. McNeil makes his way out to the 45, a gain of 13. First down, Chicago. Beautiful screen pass. Set up perfectly with blockers right there. He had a convoy. That play would have made Vince Lombardi happy right there. We're at the 2-minute warning. Panthers up 6-0 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to Soldier Field, Chicago, Illinois. Week 12. The 1-9 Panthers, the 6-4 Bears. The Panthers shock of the world here in the first half, leading 6-0. But Chicago has the ball. 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line. 3 wide to the near side. Plunkett in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Plunkett looking. Plunkett still looking. Steps up. Slides at the 48. A gain of 3. Make it a gain of 4. Be 2nd and 6. Bears go to the hurry-up offense. Plunkett in the shotgun. 4 wide. Plunkett back. Plunkett looking. Throws. And caught by Robert Seacrest. Down to the 29-yard line. A gain of 19. I'm sorry, gain of 23. They were not across midfield. And that'll be a first down at the Carolina 29-yard line. Robert Seacrest in his 10th year out of Memphis. Chicago trying to take the lead before halftime. Chicago's offense finally getting in gear. Prior to this drive, they only had 16 yards of total offense. 1st and 10 from the Panther 29-yard line. Plunkett in the shotgun. 4 receivers set wide. Plunkett drops back. Plunkett looking. Rolls out. Going to take off. Oh, he gets hit from behind and loses a yard back to the 30-yard line. It counts as a sack. Elijah Andrews, the defensive end, making the sack for Carolina. It'll be 2nd and 11. And the Bears take a timeout with 1:01 left to play here in the first half. They have 2 timeouts left. Carolina has 2 timeouts. Carolina used one on a challenge earlier that didn't go their way. Bears at the Panther 30-yard line. Don't forget we have the Rams and the Packers after this. And then we have the Saints and the Vikings after that. This is the first game of our triple header for you tonight. Here at Jammin' Sports. On 2nd and 11. Plunkett in the shotgun. Plunkett draws back. Throws. Caught by McNeil. And Leon McNeil to the 27. Bears take a timeout. They have one left. They take the timeout with 57 seconds left in the half. It'll be 3rd and 8 for Chicago at the Panther 27-yard line. A mostly sunny but cool afternoon here in Chicago. It was 48 degrees at kickoff. What? Well, there's a chance in November, but there was none today. We're in week 12. We're in the 3rd week of November on the schedule. On 3rd down, Plunkett draws back. Plunkett steps up, throws, and caught on the sideline by David Webb. Down to the 10-yard line. A gain of 17. David Webb, the 3rd-year receiver out of Arizona. Definitely got both feet in. And that'll be a 1st down for Chicago. That'll stop the clock with 51 seconds left here in the first half. And now it's going to be 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. 3 receivers to the far side. Plunkett in the gun. Takes the snap. Steps up, throws, back of the end zone, incomplete. Threw it a bit ahead of the receiver. The intended receiver, number 86, David Webb. Going to bring up 2nd and 10 from the 10-yard line. Bears come out, 4 receivers set wide. Plunkett in the shotgun. Plunkett drops back, throws, caught underneath by Barber. And Mike Barber down to the 8-yard line, the 12th-year tight end out of Minnesota. A gain of just 2. Damian Snow, the linebacker, on the tackle in his 3rd year out of Texas A&M. Chicago still has a timeout, 33 seconds left as we watch the replay. Evil Dead has joined us. Prior to this drive, the Bears only had 16 yards of total offense. This drive started back at the 25-yard line, though they finally got something going. Panthers lead at 6-0, 4 wide. 23 seconds left in the half. The clock is moving. Plunkett in the gun on 3rd down. Plunkett back. Plunkett throws. Caught by Seacrest. Touchdown, Chicago. An 8-yard touchdown catch by Robert Seacrest. And the Bears, their defense kept them in the game. And their offense finally got something going, and they get a touchdown right before halftime. That's right, they needed you here. Evil Dead took the Bears, and Viking Skywalker took the Panthers. Brendan White for the extra point. The kick is up, and it's good. Bears lead it 7-6, 14 seconds left here in the first half. Live from Soldier Field, Chicago, Illinois. Week 12 here at Jammin' Sports. Well, the Bears finally came out of hibernation and got themselves a drive. Evil Dead's here, Misty. Say hi. Misty says hi. She made a Christmas video. She wants you to look at it. Andrew York, the punter, will kick off for Chicago. There it is, Guru. There's the kickoff by York. It'll be fielded by Cunningham, a yard deep over the 10, 15, 20, 25, and John Cunningham out to the 28-yard line. 9 seconds left. You have to understand something about Misty, Evil Dead. After January 31st is Christmas season. Year-round. We have at least one tree up all year. I know that. Right now she's got, what, how many up? 5? 4? There's one in the bathroom. In the I formation, George under center, 1st and 10. George to Holt. And Darrell Holt, a flag is down as Holt gets out to about the 32. That'll stop the clock. This may be a face mask. Legal block in the back. Chicago should decline it and just let the clock run out.
Still first down.
Loss of 5. Be first and 15 at the 22-yard line. 5 seconds left in the half. Bears lead it 7-6. Carolina comes out. They're just going to take a knee and go to the locker room. George takes a knee. Halftime. The Bears lead it over the Panthers 7-6 here at Jammin' Sports. And welcome back to Soldier Field, Chicago, Illinois. Week 12 here at Jammin' Sports. The 1-9 Panthers, who have been eliminated from the playoffs, and the 6-4 Bears. The Bears lead it 7-6. The Bears are 1 game behind Green Bay in the NFC Central. The Packers are 7-3. The Packers do play the Rams next after this one. Davis is in the house. Welcome in, Davis. Carolina will get the second half kickoff. Andrew York kicks off. About 4 yards deep. Cunningham brings it out over the 20-25. John Cunningham out to the 30-yard line, and that's where Carolina will have it. First and 10. Rams, Packers after this, and Saints, Vikings after that. I hope everybody's having a good first day after the time change. I hate it that it gets dark around 4:20 around here. You need a rundown of all this week's game plan? Give me a second. First and 10 from the 30-yard line. George under center. George to Holt. And Holt to the 32, a gain of 2. Make it a gain of a yard. All right, so far this week, Detroit beat Tampa Bay 21-16. The Ravens beat the Patriots 27-22. Miami over Cincinnati 27-13. And Indianapolis downs Houston 17-10. We've only have 4 games done this week. On 2nd and 9, George to Dixon. And Darrell Dixon, a yard. It'll be 3rd and 8 at the 32-yard line. This is our 5th game of Week 12 right here. 3rd and 8 from the 32-yard line. 4 receivers set wide. George in the shotgun. George drops back. Throws, caught by Holt. Down the sideline, Darrell Holt. Crosses midfield to the 47-yard line. A 21-yard gain. First down, Carolina. We're in week 12 of the season. We have 5 more weeks after this. Your Patriots are now in last place in the AFC East, having lost to the Ravens. Patriots are 4-8. If New England, they have a bye next week, but when they come back, if they lose to Buffalo, they are out. First and 10 from the 47-yard line. George looking. George rolls out, in trouble, gets sacked back at the 41-yard line. And that'll be a loss of 13 yards. That's all it is. Corey Walters, the linebacker, on the sack. Looks like the Bears have woken up. For a quarter and a half, they weren't playing very well, and then finally put together a drive right before halftime to take a 7-6 lead. It'll be 2nd and 23 for the Panthers. Back at their own 41-yard line. 4 receivers set wide. George in the shotgun.
Here we go. Green 39.
The Bengals lost also. George to Holt. And Darryl Holt across midfield. And Holt out to the 45. It's a gain of 15 yards. It'll be 3rd and 8. Davis Misty says hi. We mentioned throughout this broadcast that the Panthers have been eliminated. Carolina, Pittsburgh, Houston, and Denver have all been eliminated from the playoffs. 3rd and 8. Carolina at the Chicago 45-yard line. George drops back, tries to throw a screen pass, hits an offensive lineman, incomplete. It'll be 4th down. And the Panthers will have to punt. On 4th down, Derek White, the 10th-year punter out of Notre Dame, gets the punt away, and it goes out of bounds at the 27-yard line. That's an 18-yard punt. Or as Evil Day would say, quality. Jason Plunkett comes back out to lead the offense. Bears lead it 7-6 here in the 3rd quarter. 5:24 left to play. Rams Packers after this. We'll head up to Lambeau Field. And then we'll head to Minneapolis for the Saints and the Vikings. I'm not using the Jags, so I don't know how they can make the playoffs. 1st and 10 from the 27.
319.
Plunkett hands off to McNeil. And Leon McNeil to the 29. A gain of 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8. Tackle made by Martin Gates, the 3rd-year defensive tackle out of California, Berkeley. I'm only using 30 of the 32 teams. Jags and the Titans I don't use. On 2nd and 8 from their own 29, Plunkett in the gun. Fakes the handoff, throws outside to Webb, turns upfield. David Webb with the 1st down. Out to the 43-yard line. A gain of 4 yards. More than that, I'm sorry. A gain of 14 yards. And that'll be a Chicago 1st down. I'm human. I make mistakes every now and then. Eric O'Neill, the safety, on the tackle in his 8th year out of Colorado State. .435 and counting. Bears on the move. 1st and 10 from their own 43. Chicago comes out in the eye. Plunkett under center. Plunkett, play action. Watch out. He's going to get sacked. Back at the 34-yard line. A loss of 9. Russ Snow, the 3rd-year safety out of Iowa, on the sack. Well, Davis, you made your playoff predictions and you included a team I'm not even using. Just to let you know. Second and 19 for the Bears, back at their own 34-yard line. We're coming up on 4 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Just a 1-point game. Plunkett under center.
Let's go.
Plunkett to McNeil. And McNeil picks up a yard to the 35. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 18 for the Bears. The Bears really struggling against the Panthers here today. But as I said before, the Panthers, they've been eliminated already. They have nothing to lose. That's a dangerous team to play. 4 receivers set wide. Plunkett in the shotgun on 3rd down. Plunkett drops back. Plunkett looking. Steps up. Throws And it's nearly picked off. Broken up by number 31, or number 30, excuse me. That's Everett McClaskey in his third year out of Akron. Adam Montgomery, the intended receiver, will bring up 4th and 18 back at the 35. And the Bears up by 1. They'll have to punt. Chicago letting Carolina hang around. On paper, the Bears are much better, but we don't play these games on paper. Andrew York gets the punt away on 4th down. From the 12, Cunningham over the 20, 25, and John Cunningham out to the 29-yard line. Cunningham in his 4th year out of Oregon. And now Darrell Holt, the running back, his stats on the day, as Luke George leads the offense out back onto the field for the Panthers. 3:15 left to play here in the third quarter. We had a college football game earlier this afternoon. Texas A&M absolutely destroyed Syracuse, 41-6. In the I formation, George under center. Lee in motion. George hands off to Dixon. And Darrell Dixon to the 30. A gain of a yard. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 9. Oh, I don't have time to go into it right now, Davis. But if I had to pick two teams to make the playoffs right now, I'd probably take the Giants in the NFC. And I still like the Jets in the AFC. 2nd and 9 from the 30 in the offset I. George drops back. And he's going to get sacked back at the 21-yard line. A loss of 9. Case Harden, the rookie out of Maryland, on the tackle, the defensive end. A loss of 8 yards. It'll be 3rd and 17 for the Panthers back at the 21-yard line. Once again in the NFC Central right now, the Packers are 7-3. The Bears are 1 game back at 6-4. Green Bay plays next against the Rams. Big 3rd down for Carolina. They come out 5 wide. Empty backfield for George on 3rd and 17. George drops back. George in trouble. He fires downfield, incomplete. He had a receiver in the area, J.T. Franklin, but incomplete. It'll be 4th down. And Derek White will come in to punt again for the Panthers. 2:13 left here in the third. White back to punt. Gets the punt away. From the 36, Adam Montgomery across midfield. Flag is down as Montgomery gets to about the 42. And they're booing in Chicago. This one's coming back.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
The Bears have played sloppy today. It's amazing. They're up 7-6. Isaac Hopkins, the guilty party. That'll back the Bears up to their own 39. Yes, I know. And I think it's only going to get worse now that they've been sold. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Plunkett in the shotgun. Plunkett hands off to McNeil. And Leon McNeil to the 42-yard line. A gain of 2 yards will bring up 2nd and 8. Dwayne Smith comes up and makes the tackle. They were sold officially. The sale became final about a week and a half ago to a group of investors from Saudi Arabia. Go figure. On 2nd and 8 from the 42, Plunkett in the shotgun. Plunkett draws back. Plunkett throws. Caught by Ryan. Turns upfield. Gets the 1st down. Out to the 50-yard line. Zach Ryan, the 5th-year tight end out of Michigan State. A gain of 8 and a Chicago 1st down. The first thing they did was clean house at EA. They laid off a lot of people. they're probably going to cut back on the number of games they do. Maybe Madden might get better under new ownership, but I'm not holding my breath. 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line. Plunkett under center. Plunkett to McNeil. Inside the 40. McNeil down to the 37-yard line. A 13-yard gain. First down, Chicago. Eric O'Neill came up and made the tackle. We're down to 47 seconds left here in the third quarter. Bears still up by 1, 7-6. It's been a sloppy and defensive game. On first down, Bears come out in the offset eye. Plunkett under center. Plunkett, play action. Watch out. He gets sacked back at the 46. Be a loss of 9. Sack made by Damian Griffey, the fifth-year defensive end out of Penn State. It'll be 2nd and 19 for Chicago, back at the Carolina 46. As the third quarter is winding down. Bears come out. Plunkett under center. Everybody in tight. We're down to 7 seconds. Plunkett hands off to McNeil. He gets to the 46. No gain. At the end of 3, Bears lead at 7-6 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to Soldier Field, Chicago, Illinois. We go to the fourth quarter in a low-scoring, sloppy, and defensive contest. It'll be 3rd and 19 for Chicago as we start the fourth quarter. Bears at the Carolina 46-yard line. Carolina at 1 and 9. They've been eliminated from the playoffs already. Chicago at 6 and 4. In second place in the NFC Central, 1 game behind Green Bay. 5 wide, Plunkett in the shotgun, empty backfield, Plunkett back, Plunkett throws, and caught by Robert Seacrest, down to the 26. They needed 19, they got 20. First down, Bears. A clutch catch by a clutch receiver, Robert Seacrest. Damian Smith, Eric O'Neill on the tackle for the Panthers. 7:40 and counting. Here in the fourth quarter. Bears come out. 3 backs in the backfield. Plunkett amongst them in the shotgun. Testerman in motion. Plunkett. Play action. Plunkett throws. And it's nearly picked off by Wade Sullivan, the linebacker. Looking for Seacrest. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Bears are fortunate that wasn't caught. Bears are still up by 1, 7-6 on the Panthers, with 7:24 left. 2nd and 10 for Chicago at the Carolina 26. 4 wide. Plunkett under center. Plunkett to McNeil up the middle, and Leon McNeil 5 yards to the 21-yard line. Wade Sullivan again on the tackle. It'll be 3rd and 5. Evil Dead, he took the Bears. Evil Dead is on a 3-0 streak right now, trying to make it 4. 3rd and 5 from the Panther 21. Plunkett looking. Plunkett throws. Caught by McNeil. Picks up the first down. Down to the 13-yard line. Out of the backfield, Leon McNeil, an 8-yard gain on the swing pass. First down, Bears. Keeps the drive alive, 6:40 and counting. Viking Skywalker took the Panthers. I was kind of questioning that. And then the Panthers got out to a 6-0 lead, and I'm thinking, 1st and 10, Chicago. at the Carolina 13. They come out in the eye. Plunkett under center. Seacrest in motion. Plunkett to McNeil, and Leon McNeil to the 10. A gain of 3. That'll bring up 2nd and 7. Tackle made by Martin Gates, third-year defensive tackle out of California. We're coming up on the 6-minute mark. 2nd and 7 for Chicago at the Carolina 10. Plunkett in the shotgun. Plunkett to Sparks, and Gavin Sparks inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line, a gain of 2. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Gavin Sparks, the 4th-year back out of New Mexico State. 5:40 and counting. Big 3rd down right here. Plunkett in the shotgun. Empty backfield now. Plunkett draws back. Plunkett steps up, throws, incomplete. He was looking for Mike Barber in the back of the end zone, but he throws it too far. It'll be 4th down. And Chicago will try a 25-yard field goal attempt. Brendan White will come on. It'll put them up by 4. From 25 yards. Snap, kick is up. And it's good. Bears lead it 10-6 with 5:22 left. Soldier Field, Chicago, Illinois. Week 12 here at Jammin' Sports. That forces Carolina to score a touchdown now. Down by 4. We never did see who they play next week. Let's check it out now. Next week, Chicago will host Kansas City. That'll be the Thanksgiving night game. And Carolina will host Washington next week. Andrew York will kick off. From the 4, John Quick over the 15, 20, 25, and tries to get outside, gets out to the 29. And that's where Carolina will take over, down by 4, 10-6, 5:17 left. Plenty of time for Carolina, but they got to do something that they have yet to do today, and that's score a touchdown. A couple of field goals, that's it. Now, one of those field goals was from 61 yards back in the second quarter. But right now they're down by 4. On 1st and 10 from the 29, 3 to the far side. George in the shotgun. George fakes the handoff, throws, and caught by J.T. Franklin all the way out to the 49-yard line. 22 yards for the former Raider, J.T. Franklin, in his 5th year out of SMU. First down, Carolina takes them one play, and they're in Chicago territory. If the Panthers come back and win, it would be a stunning upset. Five minutes and counting. 1st and 10 Panthers at the Bear 49. 5 wide, empty backfield. George in the shotgun. George drops back, looks downfield, steps up, rolls out, and George is going to take off down the sideline, slides down at the 40-yard line. A gain of 9. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Stays in bounds. The clock moves. 4:30 and counting. Coming up to make the hit was Loring, Truett Loring, the rookie out of North Carolina, the defensive back. 4:25 and counting. On 2nd and 1. 4 wide. George under center. Moore in motion. George to Holt, and Darryl Holt picks up the first down to the 35, a 5-yard gain. Loring again on the tackle, along with the linebacker Robert Blecker, the rookie out of Arizona. Under 4 minutes left. 1st and 10 Panthers at the Chicago 35. Under 4 minutes now. The Panthers come out. 4 wide. George in the shotgun. 1st and 10. George back. Throws deep. Caught by Franklin. Inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line. A 17-yard catch by J.T. Franklin. Tackle finally made by Edgar Young, the second-year defensive back out of Chattanooga. But that's another Carolina first down. Panthers trying to take the lead here. 3:23 and counting. In the offset eye, George under center.
Let's go.
George to Holt around the outside, and Darryl Holt down to the 14, a gain of 4. Before Washer comes up, Drake Washer, the rookie linebacker out of Florida. And we're down to 3 minutes and counting. 2nd and 5 for the Panthers at the Bear 14-yard line. Down by 4. It's a nice drive by the Panthers so far. George, everybody in tight, under center. Hands off to Dixon. Darrell Dixon to the 11. A 3-yard gain. Terry Stewart, the linebacker, on the tackle. It'll be 3rd and 3 from the 11-yard line. 2.5 minutes left. We're coming up on the 2-minute warning. 4 wide on 3rd and 3.
Here we go now. Blue landed.
George pitches to Sanders. Inside, nope. Well, down to about the 10. They'll mark him at the 10. A gain of a yard. As the defensive back, Andres Walters on the tackle, will bring up 4th and 1. Carolina will probably go for it. That was Courtney Sanders on the carry. And that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Bears up 10-6 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to Soldier Field, Chicago, Illinois. The final 2 minutes of this one. Final 2 minutes of regulation anyway. It'll be 4th and 1 for the Panthers, down by 4 at the Chicago 10-yard line. Bears lead at 10-6. Panthers going for it. Here we go, 4th and 1. Everybody in tight. George in the shotgun. George takes the snap, hands off to Holt. And Holt gets around the outside, and he's in for the touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run by Darryl Holt. And the Panthers have taken a 12-10 lead with the extra point to come. The Bears still have 3 timeouts. Great try by Carolina. In a shocking turn of events. And now Chris Jackson for the extra point. Snap, kick is up. And it's good. Panthers lead it 13-10 with 1:56 left. All the Bears need, though, is a field goal to force overtime. Rams Packers after this. Saints Vikings after that. The surprising Carolina Panthers with a 13-10 lead now. Misty, your team's winning now. Misty took Carolina. And now Chris Jackson will kick off. Montgomery 4 yards deep over the 20, 25, and Adam Montgomery out to the 27-yard line. The Bears need about 45 yards or so to get in field goal range. Jason Plunkett will come back out. Chicago has all 3 of their timeouts. No need to panic. Can they get in field goal range? Or better yet, can they get a touchdown to win the game? 3 wide to the far side. Plunkett in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Plunkett low snap. Hands off to McNeil up the middle. And McNeil fights forward down to the 27-yard line, but a flag is down.
Personal foul.
Face mask on the Panthers. Tack on 15 more. Damian Snow, the linebacker. And that's going to move it out to the 46.
Automatic first down.
And now the Bears need about 25 yards to get in the field goal range. That'll stop the clock with 1:49 left. Chicago trying to keep pace with the Packers in the NFC Central. But the Panthers have given them everything they can handle today. 1st and 10. 3 to the far side. Plunkett in the shotgun.
Here we go. Green 30.
Plunkett draws back. Plunkett throws and caught by Mike Barber out to the 41. 13 yards. 1st down Chicago. They go to the hurry up. 4 wide. Plunkett in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Play action. Plunkett throws deep. And Webb can't hold on. He's lucky that wasn't picked off. As Russ Snow, the safety, was right there. There were 3 Panthers around Webb. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. And that'll stop the clock with 1:31 left. Chicago not quite in field goal range yet. 5 wide. Plunkett in the shotgun. 2nd and 10.
Green 39.
Plunkett draws back. Plunkett throws. Caught by Webb. And Webb to the 36. A gain of 5. Going to bring up 3rd and 5. The Bears stay in the hurry up. Plunkett in the shotgun. 3rd and 5. Plunkett draws back. Plunkett rolls out. And Plunkett is going to take off. Heading for the pylon. He gets the first down and fumbles. And who comes up with it? Carolina does. Wow. Plunkett got the first down and he was absolutely nailed. And he fumbles. And it's recovered by Carolina. McCleskey is the one that put the shot on him. Everett McCleskey, the defensive back. It'll be Carolina football. Yes, please. Oh, thank you. 1:07 left. Chicago, they still have all 3 of their timeouts. So they can force a 3 and out here and get the ball back, but that was not the time to fumble. And the Panthers are on the verge of securing a major upset. Carolina comes out in the offset eye. George under center. George to Dixon around the outside, and Darrell Dixon, that's close to the marker, out to the 39. That's a first down. Chicago takes a timeout. Oh, that's a huge first down for Carolina. Thank you, Misty. I don't believe what I'm seeing here. The 1-9 Panthers are going to get their second win of the game of the season. No, Carolina's winning. 1:01 left. 1st and 10 Panthers at their own 39. The Bears have 2 timeouts left. Major upset. Everybody in tight. George in the shotgun. George hands off to Dixon, and the Bears swarm him at the 37. A loss of 2. Chicago quickly takes a timeout. They have 1 left. A loss of 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 12. Back at the 37-yard line. They can still force a punt, but they wouldn't have much time left. About 5 to 10 seconds left. If Carolina gets another first down, it's game over. A shocking, shocking upset. You know the old adage, on any given Sunday, any team can beat any other team. On 2nd and 12. Don't forget Rams Packers up next. George to Dixon. And Dixon driving forward to the 44. That'll be a gain of 7. It'll be 3rd and 5. The Bears take their final timeout. They have to keep the Panthers from getting a first down here. And they can force a punt and get the ball back with probably around 5 to 10 seconds. 3rd and 5 for Carolina from their own 44-yard line. Panthers come out. In the victory formation, they're going to take a knee. And they'll punt. They'll wind the clock down and punt. That's actually a smart move. Just punt it deep. And now Derek White will come on. White gets the punt away. And that's going to go. Oh, look at this. Down to the 1-yard line with 11 seconds left. Wow. Great punt by Derek White. And with 11 seconds left, the Bears, they need a field goal to tie it, but they have it at their own 1-yard line. Good luck with that. The Bears are going to fall to 6 and 5. Carolina's going to be 2 and 9. They'll still be eliminated. You can't become uneliminated. Plunkett from his end zone. Throws, gets it out to Webb. And time will run out. Your final score, Carolina 13, Chicago 10. Thanks for watching here at Jammin' Sports. Rams Packers up next. We'll see you then.